Hi folks, Mr. Greenwood here, back with HSS Robotics. This is the next video in teaching you how to make printed circuit boards. I have exported my TinkerCAD drawing to Fusion 360. And in Fusion 360, if I open it up, I will have my home screen on the left side here with all of my projects. In order to upload your TinkerCAD to Fusion 360, you will want to create a folder for your project. So I made one right here called RGB. If I double click inside of that, it will bring me to everything in the RGB folder. Now I've made one here before because I practiced to make sure I was doing this right. And now I'm doing one with you. So all my class example files are right here. So again, we're doing a really simple circuit. And if I double click on the first tab here, this shows me a window of the schematic and of the PCB outline. And that just kind of gives me a full overview of the project. We're going to focus on the schematic first, but let's navigate into both of them for fun. So all your tabs could be open on the top here, but you can also access them on the left. Let's go into our schematic first. Okay, if this is familiar to you, great. This is electrical schematic. You'll notice a bunch of symbols. I would like to start at the battery. And this is a 9-volt battery, so you'll count the cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cells. And yeah, that's the standard symbol for a battery. So this is new to you. That's okay. But the battery, then we've got it flows to positive. And then we're going to come to our first switch. First switch, there's an in, there's an out. There's an in, there's an out. And then we come to our RGB LED. So this guy, the 1 and 2 side, goes over, and this one controls the R, the red. If we keep going along the top here, we've got this one, which controls the green. And finally, this one, which controls the blue. And then we come out the other side, and yeah, that's good. You'll notice that we have a BAT plus and a BAT minus. What are these? That's confusing. Well, these are just because we imported from TinkerCAD and we are on a breadboard, it recognizes those channels of the breadboard as the positive and negative that it came in and out of before it hit the battery. So we can just go ahead and actually delete those. We do not need them in our drawing. They're not causing any effect, and it won't help us on our PCB. So yeah, we'll come back to that, but it's in a nice title block and it's already done for us. If we go to the other tab, which is our printed circuit board, it gives us a cute little circuit board. It gives us our 3 switches, it gives us our RGB LED, our input for our battery, and our resistor. This is an extremely simple circuit, and we can make this a lot more complicated. The more complicated, the more extra stuff we have to do, which is great, and because we get to learn. And I don't know about you, I love robotics, I love electronics, this is cool. So there's a bunch of things that we need to do before this project is functional to be printed as a printed circuit board. Because right now, nothing is attached. It's just got the outlines for things on the board, and you'll see these little yellow lines, which we need to wire up all together. The routing, if I grab the printed circuit board, here, I got one right here, but you can zoom in on this. The routing, we need to draw in manually. So it doesn't do it on its own. It gives the pathway, but we need to figure it out. So we're going to leave this for a moment, and we're going to go over to our schematic. So we'll click on the schematic. If you'll notice in the schematic, pause. Sorry about that. We are back. Okay, so we were talking about the schematic. So the schematic, we got a nice little title block. Everything's editable. You can put your name, the date, but it's already all filled in there. But if you notice this, it's kind of messy. It's a little bit unorganized, and I want to show you how to make a beautiful, nice schematic that's really readable. So when it imports from TinkerCAD, it's not so great. Like, why is this resistor floating up in space like this? Craziness. So if you go to the top panel, right along here, there is going to be a tab for Modify. So when you're in Modify, you can click on the Move function. You can click on the Rotate function to change where your parts are going. So I'm going to click on the Move function, and this little thing will come up, will allow you to move and rotate. I'm going to get rid of this window so I can start to move things up. So I have some more space. And this is just going to allow me to kind of start to see how everything's going together. This down here, and we want to have as few lines crossing as possible. We want everything to be nice and neat, and we can put things in an orientation that is conducive to that. Okay, now we're starting to get things spread out. It's looking a little bit better. Now we can start to make things orderly. So I would like for all of my buttons to line up super nice and tightly together and make sense. So I'm going to put that over there for now. I could take this guy down there. This guy here, this guy there. Oh, looks better already. Move that in one more. Beautious. All right, we'll move that one over. Good. This guy over. Do 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 do. So fun. Oh. What is this one? Oh, I think that's on that side. Oh, okay. This guy here. I'm noticing that we might not have the perfect system for things overlapping here. What does this one belong to? Sometimes you need to do some fiddling to get it all just right. So I might stack the buttons this way instead. So there's a lot of weird things going on. Sometimes if you give up, you can wire everything individually again, but what is this? What is that? Oh, there we go. Oh, so much cleaner. Look at that. Oh, we fixed that so nicely. Okay, and then we've got our second one, which I'm assuming is this guy over here. Oh, beautiful. Oh, there's the 4. Assuming that that ties in there. That ties in there. Wild. Yeah, so sometimes it takes quite a bit of fiddling. I might have messed this up a little bit. Yeah, so that doesn't belong there. Okay, So we've got red. Okay, so we've got our positive coming in here. And then it bridges into 2. Weird. Well, sometimes you gotta fiddle with it for a bit. I'm gonna go back to where it was. I'm a little bit lost. Sometimes you got too many lines. I flew too close to the sun, and I wanted to adjust too many things at one time. Got all excited about organizing things, and I made it worse. We'll try and go back. Okay, I think that's looking a little bit more normal now. Yes, because we've got our positive, and it goes into these 2 pins. That up there, that up there. Wonder if we can get that on that side. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Positive goes into these 2 pins, out those 2 pins. Beautiful. And we could even maybe. And no, that's good. Okay. And then we've got positive. We move this guy up. Goes into. Oop. There it is. Okay. Those 2 pins, those 2 pins. Golden. Then we want to move these ones out. All right, we're back on track now. This one can come down. This one can come down. Oh, that's looking a lot better. Okay. Interesting. These should all be going to different ones. So this one goes to blue. This one needs to come down. Oh, see, that was confusing right there. We always want to keep them nice and separate. So now we can start bringing things over to normal looking locations. So that's good. Okay, we're totally back on track. I think you get the idea by now of this is what you need to be doing in order to make a nice, clean, organized diagram. So we'll do that. Boop. Boop. Much better. And we can slowly move things over so they're a little bit tighter. Keeping things nice and neat. So we only need it to be so large, and then it becomes too big after a while. Okay, so those 2 go together. I'm gonna move this here, there. This battery is so far over here. We can bring that down. We can bring that in. This resistor over. And we can even take our battery and rotate it. So we click rotate, rotate, rotate. Oh yes, much better. And go back to move. That one right in there. Boop. Beautiful. All right. Let's bring that guy down. I don't know what's going on with this guy. That should be tied in there. Doesn't like that. Let's go back. Z, Z, there we go. Interesting. Well, we'll put down there. Bring this guy down now. Yeah, it's a bit of a process, but you will get it. I have no doubt. There. Well, it doesn't need to be perfect. The neater, the better. Really, really helps clean things up so things make a lot more sense. Let's see if we can break this down. I don't know why that's doing that. That is bizarre. What if we bring this guy? See if I can try these. Okay, well, if we can't get that to connect, I don't know why that is. I'm just going to delete it, and I'm going to use what's called a net. So this is the net tool up here, and I'm going to select on here, and I'm going to go and select there. And yes, we want to merge the nets. So you need to be careful when you do that because it probably is unnaturally attaching. So just be cautious, but that is just make sure your current is still running the right direction. Okay, now I have a beautiful circuit. I can click done. But all of my values are really weird. If you scroll in, we got like big words that don't really mean a whole lot to us. We can double click on those and we should be able to change the text. So we can change the name. So this is switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and we could maybe change this to blue. And we could change this one to red, or that's green actually, green. And we could change this one to all right, now that tells us what switch is for what. I would like to also go and delete certain things that are really not very useful to us. So the delete tool is up here. If there's any like big messy words that really get in the way of the schematic, is it worth your time to keep it there? No, not really. But the values of the resistors, the number, type of switch, all the that little stuff. This is a diode, it's a battery. Wonderful. Okay, so now we have a schematic that is just skookum. So we are gonna go ahead and take all of this. Boop. Let's see if I can select everything and then move. Let me move all of you. Nope. It doesn't like to move the whole thing for some reason. That makes me annoyed. Okay, well, either way, I wonder if we can. Ooh, it's down here, I bet. Info, zoom, zoom in, zoom out, zoom to fit. There's got to be a pan tool. I bet there's a pan tool. If you figure out the pan tool, let me know. But I've spent enough of your time trying to figure this out because I wanted to zoom this to be a little bit bigger. But that works great. Now you have a nice clean schematic. In the next video, we will go on to how to make the PCB all wired up. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I am excited to see what your schematics will look like. Ooh, before you go, save. Always save. Always save. Here, you don't need to put anything. Just click OK. Look at that. Now we're saved. Saved, and you'll notice on the date it tells you that it's not saved, and look at that, it updates. Woo! You want to change the title, you can go ahead and change the title too. Let's see, that's weird. Why is that locked? And if you go into attribute, it'll let you change it. Anyways, I'm just fiddling now. I don't know all of the answers, but I do know how to make a printed circuit board. So we'll figure it out together. All right, take care, folks.